my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. So I'm getting ready to hop on a Zoom call today. Today has been crazy with this time change. How are you guys adjusting? How are you doing with the time change? I scheduled a 7 o'clock workout this morning and I woke up at 6 and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to work out at 7. So I end up pushing back my workout this morning. Hey, Lucy girl, you wanna say hi? Come here. Come here. Say hi, Lucy. So I ended up pushing my workout back to the 8 o'clock class, the 8:30 class, and that was so much better, but it was so rough getting up today. So I got ready for the day. We are going to a renovation property a little bit later today. I have a conference call that I'm about to hop on. We're gonna do that. And then about a potential sponsorship for my channel, which I'm so excited about. So I hope that goes well. And then after I do the conference call, we're gonna probably head to Lowe's, I'm thinking. And then I'll tell you guys more about it, but we're doing some renovations on our other property. So I will take you guys there. If you remember, it was where really my YouTube channel got started. So we're gonna be going to that property a little bit later today. And then I wanna share a recipe with you guys because I know you love my recipe. So I'm gonna be cooking dinner, so I'll share that a little bit later. But let me take these dogs out and then I'm gonna hop on my Zoom call. So I just cleaned this lanai last week and it's covered in a layer of pollen. So I'm just gonna stop worrying about it until after pollen season. I probably should just like bring the cushions in, but I have a shampooer now, so that's gonna be really nice. Once pollen season's over, I'll be able to shampoo the cushions, and then I think those pillowcases removed, but there's just like a layer. Do you guys see this pollen? This is our fire pit. We did our fire pit in Lanai the other day, so it's just under here still, but everything's just covered in pollen. Yay! Good girl! But yeah, I'm about to head back into my office and hop on a Zoom call for a potential partnership for my YouTube channel, which, come on, Ben, which I'm so excited about. So I'm gonna do that. That shouldn't take too long. And then as soon as that's over, I'm probably going to change because we're gonna be doing some painting at our renovation property. So I wanna do some painting and I don't wanna get any paint on this sweatshirt. So I'll probably change to something that I don't really care about. But let me do this conference and then I'll pick the camera back up and we will be headed to our other property. Okay, Zoom call went great. That's so exciting. That's like one of my favorite, not my favorite thing, but one of my favorite things about being a YouTuber is connecting with some amazing brands and being able to share things with you guys that I'm just so passionate about. So that call went really well. I'm about to change. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and head to Lowe's, get a few things. We need some rollers. So I'm gonna take you guys, in case you have not been around since the old house where my YouTube channel really got started, I'll give you guys a tour of our property that we still own and we're about to start renting out again. We completely did some major renovations. So I guess I should tell you what renovations we're doing. So first up, we painted. We started the painting process. We're almost done. I think the only thing we need to do is the baseboards. We went with the same color that was already in there just to make things easier. It just needed to be like touched up in a lot of places. So we started that process on Saturday. We're gonna finish it today. We wanna get that finished today because there's gonna start being showings at that house. And then what else do we have to do? Ryan installed a new faucet because we had a gold faucet and it like completely was rusted out. It just wasn't the best quality even when we lived there. So I put the same faucet that we have in our kitchen, I put in our other property. It's just black, it looks really good. So I'll share that with you guys. And then what else are we doing over there? So paint. And then we got brand new floors. The contractor literally just finished the floors. So what we had at the old house before was just laminate. And if you guys are in the buying process or renovation process, maybe you're renovating a home, I highly, highly recommend being someone who's lived with carpet, laminate, luxury vinyl planks, tile. I highly recommend luxury vinyl planks, LVP flooring. That's what we have throughout our entire home at this house and we love it. It actually is really waterproof. A lot of laminates will claim it's waterproof and it's not. But I'm here to tell you luxury vinyl planks, you can spill water on it, keep it on your floors for days and it will be in perfect condition. So we love it, especially having dogs. So we just had like the cheap laminate in that house before, and it was starting to like bubble up and it was just not looking good. So I just wanted to share that in case you're renovating your home, just pay the extra money. Luxury vinyl planks is like double to triple the cost of laminate, but over time it's worth it because it will last longer. So we had our contractor rip out all of the laminate in that house, and now it has luxury vinyl planks. And you'll have to see what color I went with. I went with the different color that's in this house, and I think it's gonna look really good. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys there. We're gonna head to Lowe's first, and then we'll head there. I'll give you guys a little tour, and then we're gonna get to work because we really need to be done with that property like today, so we can hopefully start getting some showings over there for some potential renters. Okay, we just got all the goodies from Lowe's, so we're headed to the property now, and we're gonna do some painting. I just remembered we have to paint the laundry room because that paint does not look very good in there. So I think we're gonna paint that, finish the baseboard, see how the paint looks, because when we painted on Saturday, it was kind of dark in the property because the sun was starting to set. So I wanna see how like the paint looks. So we're headed there now, and I'll take you guys in. Okay guys, we're here. We're gonna take you around. There's kind of stuff everywhere because we're in the process of like doing the renovations like I told you, so it's not fully empty, but I'm gonna take you around and show with you what we've done and share with you guys the old house if you remember it. Look at the floors, you guys. Look how beautiful it looks. So this is luxury vinyl planks like I told you guys, and it's this gorgeous light color. I actually wish we would have this same luxury vinyl planks at our current home. I really wanted to do light since this house doesn't get as much natural light as our home we have now. I wanted to really open up the space, so I picked this like light pine. And yeah, they did a really, really good job of installing these floors. They look incredible. So let me give you guys a tour in case you don't remember this house. So when you come in, this is how the house looks. Don't mind the fire alarm. It's going off because we need to change the battery. So we have a closet right off from the front door, and then we have an open layout. So this is the family room. We used to have our sectional like right here, and I had like a console right here. So yeah, so that's the fireplace. It does work. It's a wood burning fireplace. We have the windows that face out into the backyard. We went ahead and pinned up the curtains so we could finish the painting. It's really dark in here. This is the dining room. If you guys remember, we had our dining table right here. We went ahead and patched up some of the holes that the renter had on the wall, and then we're gonna put a fresh coat of paint on this wall. But we kept all of the existing colors from when we lived into the house. And then this is the kitchen. So Ryan changed out, this was the old faucet that he installed. You can see like it's all rusted out, and it was starting to do this when we lived in the house. So I wanted to get the renters a new faucet because I didn't like the way that one looked. So I went with the same faucet that we have in our current home. I just did all black because that one's amazing quality. I love the countertops in this kitchen and the backsplash, love that. And then the purple walls are the same from when we lived in it. And then the laundry room, this house needs some light. This is the laundry room. So we're gonna have to touch up some paint in here as well. It's not too bad, but you can kind of see the scuffs there. We went ahead and cleaned the wall, but it's like in the paint. So we're gonna have to do some touch-ups in the laundry room as well. So that looks really good. We have the fridge, cabinets. This was my old pantry, you guys. I used to have this pantry and I had to make it work. Very hard, but we made it work. So there's the kitchen. I love how everything's open. And then one of my favorite parts about this house is the ceiling. I don't know if you guys can see the ceiling detail. This is what I fell in love with when we purchased this house, was the ceiling. Love it. Doesn't have the vaulted ceilings, but I seriously love this detail. And it also has I don't know what you call this, but I love the detail around here as well. So that's the dining room. And then we have some bedrooms back here. And then this was my office where I would do all of my editing at. I had my desk set up here, my blush pink chair. I still have my blush pink curtains right here that are still in here, but I love this room. So there is carpet in the bedrooms, and the carpet was professionally cleaned, so that is good to go. We just did the LVP flooring throughout and kept the carpet in the bedrooms. This is the little half bath right off that bedroom. And then we have another bedroom here. This one is pretty large. This is the largest bedroom other than the master in the house. And we went ahead and painted the walls. We still have a few more spots to touch up in this room, but for the most part, there was like a lot of like black marks all over the walls. We touched that up, so that looks new again. And we have a linen closet right here. So we kept all of our linens. And then this is the master bedroom. This used to be our room. We have our bed, used to have our dresser right here. And then one of my favorite details was the barn door. And I love this blue color. It's such a pretty color. And then here's our old master bath. And there's that. And this was the master closet. We used to make this work. This was my closet, and then Ryan took the closet in the other guest room because it is a walk-in, but it's not nearly the size of our closet now. There's that. And yeah, that is our old little home, which is now our investment property. So we're gonna start doing some work around here to get it ready for the renters. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is touch up the paint on this purple wall. And then, yeah, the other paint that we did, so we touched up all the paint on these walls, and it looks really good. So I think we're pretty much done there. I do wanna like touch up some spots on the baseboard because we had a professional cleaner come and clean them. And they did a great job, but when the people installed the new floors, some of them kind of got scuffed up and the scuffs weren't able to be removed. So we're just gonna go over it with like a fresh coat of paint. But these floors look amazing, you guys. Like, these are so, so good, especially for this house. Since it doesn't get, we have like a forest behind this house, like tons of trees. So it just doesn't get a lot of natural light because this house is surrounded by trees. So I really wanted to go light. And eventually, one thing I want to do to this house is the walls are like they're kind of like a light beige color. Eventually, I want to paint everything white, but we didn't have time to do that this time around since we're having like a fast turnover. But next time for sure, I would love to paint this entire house white to really just like open up the space. I brought my candle over here. Ryan laughed at me because I want this house to smell really good because when it's ready for showings, all the candles will linger for a while. I want the house to smell very good when they start coming in to do the showings. Since it should dry the same color, but I kind of want to make sure, so I'm going to kind of go around the perimeter. I just went over all of it so it can kind of blend well. And then we just realized we forgot the ladder for the laundry room, which luckily up there doesn't need to be touched up. So we're just going to touch up like this part down here. Ryan's gonna do this while I work on the rest of the paint around the house. And what I'm going around doing is, this is the paint that matches this wall. We had to patch up some spots, so we just need to paint over them. And it's the same paint, so I don't have to paint the whole wall or anything like that. But I did paint this whole wall on Saturday. But yeah, so let me go ahead and touch up this little spot right there. Ryan's touching up the baseboards, just giving it a fresh coat of paint, because there's a lot of scuffs on it and we want it to look nice and white for the renters. in the backyard because it needs it, but we did the first coat on the baseboards. So we're probably gonna have to come back here tomorrow to do a second coat because it's wet. We can't, or we can hang out around here and then do a second coat in a few hours. But the wall's looking really good. And the purple wall is drying. So you can see it's all blending now. Looks really good. And then we did do a coat over on the beat board. And we're gonna have to do another coat, as you can see. It's like sheer. So this is probably gonna need like a good 3 coats. But it's still wet right now. So there's not much we can do, but let this dry and then go over the baseboards and go over this little bead board with probably a second or maybe even a 3rd coat, but that looks much better than what it did before. Okay, so it's been about 4 hours since I last seen you guys. Let me move because that music is kind of loud. We went ahead and went over and did another coat standing in my old office. Being in this house, just this lighting is, I don't know how to get it right. Okay, let's move. Let's move. Let's start here. But yeah, being in this house just brings back so many amazing memories. I love it here. So we're almost done. We're probably gonna have to come back tomorrow and do some more painting. Definitely change out that battery and the fire alarms. That's driving me crazy. Do a little bit more painting, and then Ryan's going to cut the grass in the front and the back because it needs to be cut. He's going to finish leaf blowing tomorrow, but we spent pretty much all day here, so we're gonna go ahead and head home, and then I'm gonna cook some dinner, so I'll share that recipe with you guys when I get home. I'm gonna shower first because I have like paint everywhere, but then we will be cooking dinner. So we were so tired after being at that property all day, but we wanted to come home and have a nice and healthy meal. So Ryan is starting the dinner process because I was pooped. So he's like, let me go ahead and start it. So he is putting the baked potatoes in the air fryer. You just spritz it with a little bit of olive oil and some sea salt. And depending on the size of the potatoes, these ones took about 30 minutes. And you do just like toss them at the halfway point, and then he's gonna go ahead and season the steak. So he put some olive oil on there, some salt and pepper. He's also gonna be using some garlic powder and some steak seasoning as well. He's just gonna season both sides of the steak. So we like to season our steak and then let it sit on the counter for about an hour at room temperature. That is highly recommended when making steaks, so that's what we do. So we didn't do a full hour this time, probably about 30 minutes. So Ryan is starting to cut the broccoli. He's just gonna cut it in some small pieces. Go ahead and give it a good wash, and then we'll be steaming the broccoli in the microwave just to make it super simple and easy. So it had been about 30 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pop the steak in the air fryer. So I like to cook it at 400 degrees for 12 minutes for a perfect medium. These steaks are about 12 ounces. I'd probably say 12, 14 ounce steaks. And it was the perfect medium inside after 12 minutes. But if we have smaller steaks, I just do a shorter amount of time. But you can really get the perfect temperature depending on how you like your steak cooked. Just Google it and it will let you know how much to cook your steak for the perfect temperature. But I find 12 minutes to always be our perfect temperature. And then how we steam our broccoli in the microwave, we add a little bit of water to a bowl, cover it with saran wrap, poke some holes, and then you can go ahead and cook it for about 4 to 6 minutes, depending on how you like your broccoli. We did 4 because we like our broccoli slightly crunchy. Here's the garlic butter. You just need some butter and some fresh herbs, and you just mix it with some fresh garlic, and we put it on top of the steak and the baked potato and the broccoli. All right, it's the next day and we are officially done with this property. We do have 2 showings today. We went ahead and finished all of the painting. Pretty much every single thing got a fresh coat of paint. We did the baseboards because it needed it. So the paint is still drying because we literally just finished about 10 minutes ago. But everything, this entire house got a fresh coat of paint. Looks amazing. The house has already been deep cleaned. I just went ahead and like vacuumed and wiped everything down again because we kind of made quite the mess with the painting process. But yeah, everything just looks So good. We had the grass cut outside and also in the front as well. We still have a few more things we have to take to the car, but just the cleaning supplies that I brought, because I wanted everything to be beautiful for the showing that we have. I'm gonna take that candle with me. But yeah, this had so much like marks on it, so I went over that paint. This is the wall that I did. Looks perfect. Yay, so the house is officially ready, and we have 2 showings, one at 3, one at 3:30, and we're hoping we can have this house rented out this week. So exciting. Look how amazing the ceiling looks. Love it here. And I just realized, I didn't even show you guys the laundry room. We had to end up painting it. It's the same color. It doesn't look like it because this laundry room doesn't get a lot of light, but it's the same color as the rest of the house. We went ahead and just took the paint and just did a whole paint job in here because it really needed it. So that looks so much better. And I didn't use any painter tape up there. That's just doing it by hand. So I think I did pretty good. But yeah, that's the laundry room ready to go. Yay. I love this faucet, you guys. Same one we have in our house, just black. The one we have in our house is black and gold, but I wanted to do black in here because this house is very farmhouse and it matches the black light fixture. And then you guys already know I love mixing metals. I do that in my home and I'm doing it in our second home as well. Well, I don't know this, I guess this is our first home, but I just love mixed metals. So that's what it got black and gold, just like how we have in the new house. And it looks amazing. It just fits the aesthetic of this house.